Autobots, transform!
Hello everybody, welcome to the toy review. I am George, the 80s Transformer fan, and I will be reviewing Transformers Siege Optimus Prime War for Cybertron Trilogy. And what I recently noticed is these figures are actually numbered, and he is number 11. War for Cybertron Siege 11, and that's what this little thing is here, and this little thing he is here. I didn't pay attention to it, and here's the front of the box. He is in a window box packaging. He is from Hasbro and Takara Tomy. Transformers Generation side of his packaging, a little bit of artwork, looks pretty cool right there. The Voyager class figure, back of the box. His Cybertronian truck mode, and here's the product shot of the couple of the Battle Masters that you can buy. I actually have this one, and they're really selling. It's the same images on the last couple of boxes I reviewed. Optimus Prime at the top. Image of some of the war on Cybertron, the Autobot Arc leaving Cybertron, blasting off. So I'm gonna get this guy open and see if he's worth the hype. Okay, so I recently reviewed Walmart's G1 reissue of Autobot Commander Optimus Prime, and a lot of people were saying that that price is too much to pay, including me. And they were saying they were going to get this one as the alternative, or bought this as the alternative and left the other one on the shelf. So I'm going to see if this guy is really that good, where people are preferring this over the G1 reissue. Oh, here he is out of his packaging, obviously. And he comes packed with this battle axe. And I mean, I know every toy line is different, but would it have killed him to make this thing orange, or even translucent orange? That might be asking too much, but would it kill to make this orange like his axe should be, like we're used to seeing it with the orange trim? And he's packaged with his blaster that looks a lot like the G1, looks a lot like the Masterpiece actually, that folds up. Here is a little bit of instruction that comes in the packaging. Take a look at that real quick for you. I won't be using it if I can unfold it. I'm tearing it up. There's a lot of steps in here. Yeah. Wow, those are a lot of steps to get this guy into robot mode. Thought maybe he was like turning into a combiner on there or something. But anyway, here is the figure right here, and he looks very Generation 1 inspired. Well, Generation 1 cartoon. 80s cartoon inspired. So taking a look at this guy, he has like the battle scarring or just dirt, mud, or whatever splotched on him. It's like a silver or a metallic brown or sand color. I don't even know what to call it. All over his body, well, from the knees up. And it's funny, it's not on his feet. So whatever happened, it's splashed up high. It's not on his legs or his feet, which is kind of weird, just from the thighs up. So other than that, he doesn't have a lot of paint apps. He's either done in a blue plastic or a gray plastic or the red plastic. But where he does have paint, he has white paint going around here. Why it's not silver, I don't know. He has a painted on Autobot logo. He has some silver on his face. You can look at his face. Can we see his eyes in there? Well, they're blue. I don't know how well they're coming across, but he has the blue eyes in there. He has little translucent bits in his window with a little tech pattern to the translucent parts. The grill is silver. Some yellow paint here. He has some lights painted on the front of the truck. Well, I think it's the front of the truck anyway. It might be a false front. And that's pretty much it for paint. I see a little bit silver, what becomes the gas tanks in the other mode, and some silver back there. And the little smokestack simulated type things. That's not quite smokestacks. Right there on Optimus Prime. And again, he looks very G1-esque. Cartoon and vintage toy. More cartoon than vintage toy, actually. So, anyway, let's take a look at Optimus Prime's articulation. Optimus Prime can get his arms out this far. They 360 on that joint, collapsing his arms. He has an upper bicep swivel. He has the elbow bend here. Comes up that far, coming down to his hand, his fist, actually rotates 360s, which is cool and a lot different than Megatron's. That they put that in there. His waist has a rotation heel 360 at his waist. His legs go from front to back this far. See if we can get him. Nope. Or maybe we can. We can get him to sit down a little bit. He has the knee hinge. He has a bend and a hinge at the knee that allows it to swivel from side to side, coming down to his foot. His foot, I don't know if that's transformation, but it's a little bit of rocker to get him a wider stance and keep his feet flat to the ground or to the surface. It's cool. He can get a wide pose, and that's pretty much it for Optimus's articulation. So we'll get Optimus armed up, take his blaster, laser rifle, whatever they're calling it nowadays, put it in his hand. So we get him in a little bit of a pose. So that looks pretty cool there. He can hold that pose. And we get his axe out of here. It looks like it has some type of gimmick to it, but maybe that's just the way it's just molded. It looks like it. Well, actually, yeah, it does. Folds down. See if this side folds. Nope, just that side. Folds down for whatever reason and folds out. And man, would it have killed him to paint this Autobot symbol red? I mean, really, we couldn't. It has some silver paint on it anyway. And it looks like it folds down. Yep, you can break this thing down and tabs in there. I guess it becomes a shield. I don't know. Let's start with that. I don't know, is that a shield or something? I don't know. I guess I should have took a better look at the packaging, but this is George Raw Reviews. Alright, we'll take it back out. Turn it back into an axe thing, or whatever it is. If I can get into his hand a little bit better than that. Yeah, it fits in his hand, and he has the axe to do battle with Megatron. So yeah, that's how he looks. All weaponed up, and of course they all have these little ports on them now where you can plug it in everywhere. I guess maybe you can put it in here and it's a little bit better shield for blocking incoming attacks. Yeah, that's a little bit better. You can get it out in front of them, maybe duck down behind it a little bit. Yeah, and again, you see those little ports everywhere, here and here. Well, not everywhere. On his back, just like Megatron. So you can store the gun back here. Or you can store the shield back here. Just like Megatron, if they'll both fit in there together. So see if he can stand up and support the weight from storing his weapons. Oh, Megatron just fell over. But yep, he can support the weight of the weapons just fine. He acts like he's talking to a communicator on his wrist. Bumblebee, I am coming. So there's that. And I think that's pretty much it in this mode. Time to get this guy transformed. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is take off the weapons. I don't think they carry over into the next mode. Doesn't look like the hands fold away. So I'm going to pop this chest open. Tuck Optimus' head away. Chest stays open. This backpack comes up to the top. Spins around. See if I'm getting it all in. The arms come to the back. A lot like the vintage figure. And forgive me if my transformation is all over the place. I'm just working at it, guessing at it. Unhinge this little piece here. Then tie it around, swivel this around. Same thing on this side. Unhinge this little piece. This piece actually fills in the hollowed out parts for the first time like ever on one of these figures. They actually try to fill in the hollowed out parts. Spin this around. Did I do that right? The feet collapse. Is that correct? And oh, there we go. There we go. So feet come back, legs come back. It unhinges at the waist so he can lay down just like a standard Optimus. For all Optimus Primes that I know. These tires come down, which is pretty clever. That is pretty clever right there. Just reach it. Comes down, takes that spot. I think the feet actually tab, the legs tab together. Yep, there we go. That much is done. The arms come around just like the Generation 1. Oh, these little parts fold out to become the headlights. The arms come around just like Generation 1, just like you would think they would. Tuck into the sides of this figure, which is pretty sweet. I'm really digging this transformation. I can just finish it. Oh, open up the chest part, unhinge this, and unhinge this. I knew the front was a false front. It looked a little too perfect. And it comes down and covers that up. Again, get that arm in there if I can. Get this arm tucked away into the side of his cab. Flip that up. Did I flip it up on this side? Oh, I gotta flip this panel up to create the window. I just gotta tab it all in. This is a pretty clever transformation. I was not expecting all of this. I think I got it all smushed in there. Bring this down and I see this tabs in right there. I did it on the other side by accident, just squeezing one side. Close this little part off. Okay, this goes up first. Tab these into the sides of the bumper. Push the wheels up. See if they lock. This one is not popping. Maybe I gotta get this in better. There it is. That's popped into place. Close the front windshields. And that is the cab. And this part still got a little bit of stuff to go. See a tab right here, and I see a tab right here. Tabs right in there. Flip this panel down. Or does it flip down? Whoop, go back to this step. Oh, there it goes. And here he is. I think I got it. Everything in his truck mode. And to my surprise, I thought I wasn't going to like this. I didn't like Megatron too much for the 30 bucks, but I actually like Optimus Prime. Which is a dilemma now because you can't have one without the other. So, something's not right. There we go. He rolls pretty good. Rolls very well, even though his tires have notches in them. I guess they're like metal wheels for Cybertronian terrain, grinding on the metal. Whatever. He's a very sleek. He does a good job of looking like an Earth vehicle and a Cybertron vehicle all at the same time. Where you can tell he still has that familiar Optimus, but I can buy this as a Cybertronian. Why his grill is translucent, I don't know. I love translucent parts, but why is the grill translucent? They just went all the way where he has translucent bits up here on top of the cab. And I thought I wasn't gonna like this. I remember seeing it from like the Toy Fair or wherever they first revealed these figures at. Like, what is that on top of the cab? They just put kibble on the cab, but I guess this is to help pull off the Cybertronian thing. He has some silver paint here for the false windows, but I like it. The little white stripe here, I actually like it. It rolls pretty good. It feels pretty good. I don't know if it can take the place of the G1 reissue, so I'm gonna pop that thing out here right now, side by side. Check them out real quick, see how they scale together. This one is a little bit bigger in this mode, but then again, he has this thing on top of the cap. I think without this, they're pretty much the same size. He's wearing that little dressing on top. Okay, out of here, Optimus. So, yeah, he looks pretty good. The transformation felt good. It felt organic. It felt like Optimus Prime without a doubt. These little smokestacks here, it bugs me a little bit that they're short. It seemed like they could have been longer because we know now that safety protocol, they can make them longer. It's like out of here now. But they could have made them longer because it wasn't hindered by anything in the transformation. There's nothing blocking it unless this thing combines with something else and they need to be short. But they're articulated, I guess, to help for safety standards in case they get hit. They'll give a little bit. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. You can see the Autobot symbol here. It seemed like they should not have put the the battle damage or dirt or whatever paint over the Autobot symbol. They could have just left it clear so you can see it. But he's really solid. Feels good. I mean, I'm actually shocked at how much I'm liking this figure right now. Oh, and you can take the weapons, and he has the little ports all over him. You can port in the weapons, put them where you want them, and have them right along with the weapon. Oh, okay. Alright, that's better. He was dragging the ground, but you can put it in a lot of places. It seems like they would have had a port here or somewhere for hopefully a trailer or third party or something. You can put it in, maybe put the gun back here where it's shooting backwards, but they don't. And that's pretty much it for this mode. I actually like this figure a lot more than I thought. It's cleaned up pretty well. And I guess you can see the upper thighs right here. But a lot of the stuff is hidden. No head hanging out anywhere. No hands hanging out anywhere. The feet are disguised pretty well. Oh, and speaking of feet, let's take a look. They tried to mimic this just a little bit. Almost looks reversed. Tried to mimic that just a little bit. Stay true to Optimus Prime, G1 roots. And he has a little bit of a hollowing in here that I really didn't see. But it's not that bad. It's not that noticeable. It is, but it isn't. So, it's pretty good. Get him back into his robot mode. I got Optimus back in his robot mode. And I gotta say, I couldn't find anything wrong with it. I tried not to like it. I thought I wouldn't like it because I really didn't like Megatron. But what they did here, in my opinion, is a lot better than what they did with Megatron. Megatron felt solid. He feels solid. This feels like a quality toy. This is not junk. It's not like a box of crap. I just didn't like the design of Megatron. But Optimus Prime is pretty cool. He's pretty sweet. I like how it all comes together in both modes. I like the look of it. I like how he pulls off the cartoon, the old school cartoon look, the Cybertronian truck look. Probably the best Cybertronian vehicle mode that I've ever seen for this guy in any toy line. And yeah, and I really believe so. I'm a huge Optimus Prime. Is my favorite. I've got countless Optimus Prime toys, and this might be my favorite in Cybertronian mode that I have. And I don't do third party, so don't throw the third party guys at me. So I probably wouldn't know about that. And let me get his weapons back in his hand. Before I do that, let me bring out the G1 and compare these guys side by side. He's a lot taller. This guy's a little bit wider from front to back, and they can hold each other's weapons. Here's the G1 gun. Well, I guess he got to hold it to the side, but he can hold his gun, and vice versa. I could take this gun and put it in the G1 hand. I wonder if that's done on purpose. The hand ports are the exact same size. I wonder if that's any coincidence. So he can sort of kind of hold that. Anyway, out of here. So, man, at $29.99, it's like $32 after tax. I mean, you could do the math. Break out this axe. Unlike Megatron, I'm satisfied with this toy. I mean, I wish the price was cheaper. I don't think they could ever put it at a price point that'll like thrill me. If this thing was like $19.99, I would have no problem with it. Like a Marvel Legends type price, I wouldn't have any problem with it. But as it stands, I don't feel like Megatron. I felt like a definite no. Like I kind of want to take it back and give it to my sons or whatever. But this Optimus Prime is where I like it. I'm going to keep it. And if I got Optimus, I got to have that Megatron. So if you just buying one, I'd say get Optimus. But once you get Optimus, you kind of need Megatron. If you just a Megatron fan, I would not recommend that Megatron. So, this has been George, the 80s Transformer fan, and you just watched a review where every toy has a story.
Autobots, transform!